All right, we got no microphones. We're microphone free once again. We're gonna start working on a new series of stuff we're doing. As you can see, the shop is empty. I got the 120 and the 155. They're all good. Well, you know, I can't really say that. The 120's got some steering problems where the wheels, the front wheels kind of look like this. But I have all the parts to fix them. But I don't think I need to fix it right now. Do I? Should I work on that first, or should I come over here and finish the welding I was doing? Where did that end up anyway? Am I done? Oh, you know what? I don't know. I'm done, but I got to make the belt linkage for the clutching and all that stuff. So I don't know. I mowed the front yard yesterday. I didn't do the backyard yet, but I don't have to because now it's snowing again. So I could probably wait another month to do that. I was going to do some rolling yesterday when it was 70, but now that it's like, I don't know. Oh, shut up. Now that it's like, dude, I'm telling you, all this electronics is making me crazy. All right, this is hard. All right, and then I got the robot that doesn't watch what I'm doing, and then I got to put warm clothes on because it's cold down here, and then I don't look right on camera. It's very unprofessional. Jim Bob's professional, so I can't be looking like this. Anyway, I don't know if I should do play stuff or stuff that makes sense. One thing I did notice when I was mowing the other day with the 120, the guy told me that when I bought it, he goes, it uses a little oil, it smokes. And you know, it's funny because I've never seen it smoke when I've started it. And I've never seen it smoke the whole time I've ran it. But now that I mowed the front yard yesterday, you couldn't really see the smoke, but you could smell it. So I know it's burning oil. So I do need to kind of look into that. Maybe I should open the door and fire it up, spin it around, put it on a lift table and take a look at it. If nothing else, we can fix the front wheels that look like this. So, all right, you talked me into being responsible and doing what I need to do. Let's do that. So the way this needs to work is I need to spin the lift table around because it's facing the wrong way. I need to put the ramp on the end, fire the tractor up, drive it out, turn it around, drive it back on the lift table so then I can fight with the pump over here that's always in the way that I keep saying I'm going to fix, but I haven't fixed. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put that electric motor on a lift table so I can press the button and make it go up and down. Nah, it's too late for that. So let me just open the door. I'll spin this around. I'll fire that up. I'll do the thing with the stuff. I'll drive it on there and you can watch. And yeah, we'll do that. Oh, I love the fall. Nice cold fall air. The other part of this is when I drive on this lift table, it's going to want a wheelie. And this is a little wide for this table because I haven't widened the table yet either, which something else I wanted to do. So don't get nervous if I fall off like 5 or 6 times. might be saying to yourself, I thought you were going to drive it on there. But here's the problem. If you come with me over here real quick, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here's the situation. The front wheels are so cattywampus, they are not going to straddle said ramp. I only have an inch or two to work with on a normal steering tractor for the tire to hang on here and hang on here until it gets on the main platform. Considering that's towed out 4 inches, it's not going to work. Now I could back it on. Should I back it on? Even if I back it on, it might be bad. But let's try it. You know, this is video, and videos are to entertain, and there's nothing more that I can do to mess stuff up and break stuff to entertain you. So let's back it on and see what happens. Let's close this door because it's like 28 degrees outside. Not really, but it feels like it because it was like 70 something yesterday. It was almost 81 degrees, I think, at one point yesterday. Close that door. I almost want to turn the heater on. So here's my plan. I was thinking that maybe if I backed it on, the deck would kind of hold up the front wheels and kind of glide me on there. That's not happening. So I think what we're going to do, I'm going to pop the hood off this baby. And I'm going to have to pick it up and just show it who's boss. Commence hood removal. Hood removal coming up. Unhook the headlight wires. Unhook the headlight harness, because you should have just did that instead of the wires. Pop your springs off. Your hood. Do a little wiggle. A little flexing. A little flex wiggle. And your hood is in your hands. Okay, hood's off. Now, right now, I should grab it and just roar and put it up there, but I'm not a dummy. That muffler's hot. It was just running. Let me get my gloves. Okay, we got the gloves. Now, here's the other thing. When I put this in freewheel, it's probably going to want to roll that way because the brake's not on, and it needs to freewheel for me to pick it up and push it on. So, this could be entertaining. So far, no freewheel. That's probably because the tire's flat. So let's just see if we can pick this up and slide it on. Yep, nope. I mean, yeah, it went on, but the wheels are so like this, it won't line up. Okay, one more shot. I mean, I might be able to. You think if I turn the wheels, it'd sit up there? You can't turn the wheels till you get it up there. Oh, you can knock the back end of the tractor off and the fronts will stay right on. That's great thinking. Why didn't you think of that before? I've never had the back end fall off. Oh well. Look at that, guys, we're there. Nice. Now, if I could only get it jacked up in the air, it'd be even better. But you can't because there's a mower deck on it. This lift is made for a motorcycle, not a lawnmower. So, yeah, there's that. Oh, yeah. Look at you. You're so smart. Well, so at this point it basically got me 4 inches off the ground, which I guess is better than working on the ground, but I'd love to get it up in the air. I should really cut this off right now, re-weld it, and make it where I need it. Then again, yeah, you know, I could also put the electric motor that I got for it on it too, but well, that'd take time. What exactly do we have to do to get you to work the way you are? I got an idea. I'm thinking if I cut this pedal off, oh, you guys are gonna hate this. This thing has been a problem since I started using it. Oh, how about a little more? Watch where we're throwing sparks. Alright. I bet you that'll work. Hey, don't worry, I got a welder. I can always weld it back on if I need it. But I won't. If I can get this to go on here. Oh, look at that. Mint. Why didn't I do that like 3 tractors ago? Yeah. We're golden now. It's kind of like I know what I'm doing. Winner until it rolls off the lift table and falls off and lands on me. Don't get too crazy with the jacking. You're bouncing too much. You get bouncing too much, that front end's going to want to go this way, and then the rear end's going to want to go this way, and I'm going to be running that way. All right. We might as well get our floor jack right now and put it under this area. So we can manipulate our steering linkage. Don't I have a smaller jack? I thought I did. Let's just get her up in the air. Don't fall off back end. Stay on there. Oh, I'm good. I got inches of tire on the backside. I'm good. So as you can see what I'm talking about is we kind of got a little steering issue. Now, the screen shut off to the camera. It's kind of dark on this side of the shop, so I don't really know what you can see. But I'm thinking you can see this. Alright. That's what we're looking at. Now, I don't know what's worn out, but we need to fix it, because that right there will be mowing straight. And that's not mowing straight at all. So I just happen to have some new front end parts we can slap on this bad boy. And since I plan on keeping it, I figure why not. And I say yes, I plan on keeping this one. You know, I gotta do something with this. You know how I'm going to fix that? Building a bigger shop. Building a new, bigger, state-of-the-art Jim Bob shop. That's what I need to do. But like I was saying, I do plan on keeping this one. Because obviously, the market for tractor and mower sales is down because I've been trying to sell this one for a very good deal that works and mows like nobody's business. Nice old school LT 155. But I've got no bites on that. So if I got no bites on that, I ain't even going to talk about selling this. You know what I'm saying? So I just turned Vern off because he was annoying me. So let's see what we got going on here. So I want to take you guys with me so you can see what I'm looking at because that makes for a better video. There's that tractor I'm trying to sell that nobody wants right there. Look at that. So on these mowers, I don't care how new they are, the steering is always primitive. It's always going to be primitive. If you look down here, this is our steering gear, and this is our steering, I'll call it the half moon. But this is pretty much the pinion, and this is pretty much the gear that it rides on. When you turn the wheel, you can see your steering wheel is spinning that small gear, and it's turning the big half moon gear, which is connected to your tie rod ends, which go to your front wheel, right here, and it turns them, okay? See, one goes forward and one goes backwards. That's how the steering works. Now, a lot of different things can go wrong here. We can have, these teeth can be worn out. These teeth can be worn out. Your tie rods can be bad. And many different things. But if you look at this shaft right here. See that little bit of play I got in that shaft? I can wiggle that shaft a little bit. We can also see it probably up top. Oh no, this has got a pretty tight one. It's pretty tight, but look. I can go up and down with it. When I go up and down with the wheel up top, we're also going up and down with the gear in the bottom. So, I'm okay with up and down as long as side to side and front to back is not terrible. I'm okay with that. You look at this one right here, we got some play there. All right, we can adjust that. We can put some bushings in there, make that all better. But that is not why the front wheels are all wonky, okay? You take this mower and let's see you grab a tree with this wheel or even that wheel, doesn't matter. And you're going to stretch out the tie rods. Now these tie rods are not made to be on, excuse me for my poor video handling. These are not your typical tie rods off a F350 1-ton Ford, okay? They're just little small tie rods with little small ball joints on them. They're only meant to do so much, and they're connected to your steering spindles, which are also, I'll say they might be 3/16 steel, like 3/16 at the most. So it's going to bend. If you hit something, it's going to bend, which is good because it's better than breaking your wrist when you hit something. So there's a lot of variables when it comes to steering. Yes, the first thing I like to do is throw tie rod ends on, but you can also get deeper like I showed you. You can tighten up the shaft. You can bush up the half moon gear thingy digger. I'll figure out the right word for that so I can tell you what it is. But you've seen it. I showed it to you. You can tighten that up. You can tighten up the gear, and you go ahead. You can throw some new tie rod ends on there, but do not throw the new tie rods on there unless you're going to change the spindles too. Okay, because one of these spindles right here could be bent. And even if it's bent up or down, it doesn't have to be forward, backward. Even up and down, it's going to change the angle of this tie rod, and it's going to give you some steering play. Now, right off the top of my hand here, I don't see what exactly has got them all wonky other than they're worn. See, there's a lot of play there. A lot of play in that one. Wish I had a light so you could see. And there's a lot of play in that one. Okay, there's play in both of these. Now, you get enough excessive play in all these parts, you're gonna come up with some bad wheels that look like this. Now, I'm just gonna change everything because I have spindles and I have tie rods, so I'm gonna change it all. But if your wheels look like this, guys, there's probably a reason The bushings are probably worn out in the axle in the front, which you can get. The spindles are probably worn out because the bushings are worn out. Usually the wheels are worn out on the axles because nobody greases them, but it seems like these are pretty tight. So a lot of different looseness is going to make your wheels do that. So I'm going to tear this front end apart and we're going to put some new parts on it. But here's the thing. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight. It's getting late, Sunday night. At least I've started something. I feel like I accomplished something. So I think we'll leave it there. And I don't know, maybe we won't. I'll figure that out in the next couple minutes. All right, you talked me into it. Let's at least pull one side off, okay? Just so I can learn you guys. I know spring's here. We got to tune our stuff up. You guys got wheel problems. You're going to want to see what's going on. So obviously, to the trained mechanical eye, you're going to see how this wheel comes off. Now this might take a minute because for some reason I put all my tools away the other day. So now I have to go to the toolbox to get them out. That's the way it's supposed to be on every job, but things work differently here because we got a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, we got a C-clip on here. We're simply going to take our screwdriver. We're going to pop the C-clip off just like that. Then we're going to have a washer behind it. Washer or spacer, we can call it. So I'm going to put the clip on top of the spacer, just like that. I'm going to set that down on the table the way it came off. I'm going to see if there's another spacer here, which I don't think there is. Now I'm going to pull the wheel off. Be careful, there's more spacers behind it. Or not. This one doesn't have any, it's just got bushings. These bushings feel pretty decent. I have new bushings for these wheels, but I don't think I need them because these look pretty good. The bushings look pretty good. The spindle wear in this area does not look like we've had a lot of grease, but I think let's just primitively look at this just like we would do if we were cavemen and try and assess if this is bad or not. And if this tractor was the right way on the lift, it'd be a lot easier for you guys to see. But as you see, I had to back it on, so we're kind of in the dark area of the shop. But at least I'm not using a microphone, so you might be able to hear me and I won't be cutting out now. I gotta fix those microphones. They're terrible. So if I hold this tape measure right about, oh boy, you know, I need someone to hold the light. Let me hold this here. I just want to lift this up and down while I hold the tape. And I got micrometers and I got gauges, but all right, that thing's moving about 3/16. So this one's got up and down about 3/16. That's not enough to mess up our steering at this point. Like I said, I'm going to be running it, so I'm good with close enough. All right. If I ever decide to sell this tractor, we'll make it 100% perfect. But for now, you know, I like to do wheelies and donuts and stuff. So, and I might hit a tree now and then. So we'll just leave it the way it is. We'll pack it with some grease. We'll get her greased up here in the grease zerk. They give you one. We'll get her greased up. There's not a lot. And if there's not a lot of up and down movement here, we're not checking the spindle right now. We're checking for the play that's in here in the axle housing. So that tells me that axle housing is not that worn out. And if I grease it up, if I put some grease in there, it might tighten up a little bit. As far as the tie rods go, yes, they're a little bit loose. Now here's the things with tie rods. You could say this tie rod is loose. Get out of the way, tire. Trying to make a video. This is definitely loose, the tie rod. Okay, we can wiggle this right here. I hope you can see it. I can't see the screen of the camera, so I don't know if you can or not, but let me just talk to myself a little more and we can figure it out. Here's where your tie rod mounts right here to your spindle. And you can see it's got a little play. But look what else is moving. You see something else moving? This whole front axle is moving back and forth. Now you can say that don't mean nothing, that's just a little loose. But if I need to fix anything, I need to fix that. Because to me, that's a worse sign than the tie rod. Because as this axle moves back and forth, I don't know if you can see it, we're probably not fine enough on the camera, but if I get you right in here to watch this end of this axle shaft without shining a light in your face, here, sit right here. Sit right here, hang on. We're gonna do this up front and personal so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So here's the axle shaft right here, right there, okay? You can see the play here. See the play? That's enough to make your tires all wonky. But look, it's not the tie rod, because the tie rod is moving with that spindle. If I move this axle, you can see it's moving the end of that tie rod. And there's all of a ½ inch back and forth there. So I want to tighten that up. That's one of the big things. I'm going to put some new tie rods on it, like I said I was gonna. But I also want to see if I can shim this front end up, because that's definitely an issue, because we can adjust these all day long. I have the new ones which are adjustable. We have an adjustable back here on the gear side on the new set, but you know, you're going to be adjusting all the time if you don't get that play out. And so there's some bushings in there that ain't feeling too good. That's what we're going to have to get after. You know what? And here's the other thing. I'm going to have to write this down for, ooh, that was loud, part 2 of John Deere L20 with Jim Bob, because I got to call it a wrap, guys. I got a day job just like you, and this one ain't paying the bills yet, so I'm going to put a wrap on this. I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to see if they make a shim kit for that axle. I think they do, and if they do, I'm going to order one. So I can tighten that up a little bit. So anyway, that's where we're at. I don't need this for another couple days, because I don't know how long it's going to be cold or snow here, because the weather can't make up its mind. But listen, that's it for tonight. We made some progress thanks to you, because we started out with me saying I don't know what I'm going to do, and turns out, look, we did something. So we get back on this. I'll make sure that camera's on so you can watch. Please like, please subscribe, please comment. Love your comments, guys. Negative, positive, negative, talking crap, not talking crap. I love all the comments. I'm a special kind of person that can understand everybody's perspective. So have a great night. We'll see you later.